In this video, we will be talking about how to make a board. The setting is all similar for share, work, and CRM. Now, under CRM and work and share, there are default boards, but you can always make more of them to your company's needs. By going to User Customization and Configuration, Function Setup, and going to Groupware, you can choose the board to set up at. By creating a board, you can make it so that the transfer of documents and project workflows can be easily spotted. For this particular video, we're going to make a board by clicking on the Work menu. The other menus, like I stated earlier, are the same process. Keep that in mind. By clicking on New, you can create a new task board. Give it a task board name, like Sales Team. And if you want to copy it from somewhere else, you can choose the task to copy. If you would like to have it go underneath a board, choose the menu group, and you can set up a new group menu name, like Service. Click on it and save. Now, once you have saved, you can do task settings. Here, let us talk about it one by one. At the field setup, when you click Settings, it is divided into a top and editor. By going to the top part, you can choose to decide what kind of elements to add or delete, or even set whether you can allow it to edit. Now the second is the administrator settings. By clicking on it, you can set up a task administrator for that specific board, or you can decide an administrator group. This assigns a user who can manage the task settings. Next is the function usage status. By disabling it or enabling it, you can choose to use the following. For the internal notice, by clicking it, it enables it. By clicking Settings, it notifies the user when a post has been registered, modified, delete, new reply, and etc. To use it, simply fill in the settings. So for instance, if you want to always target the writer, you can select it and choose the notification method as message, or other methods work as well. You can also set up a default phrase as well. As you can see, if you go to the board and select New, you can see that the writer has already been targeted and the message has been enabled. Second is the like-dislike. Like in social network services, you can enable it to have the like-dislike feature. The next one is the reply usage status. Having this enabled allows you to reply the post. The next is the security history. You can see and track the history when the security violations have been set. It can be used to keep track of the history at the security history status menu, like so. The next is the slip history. By having this enabled, you can track who created it or modified it, and things like that. So, when we go to the sales team board, you can see the history button. And the history button is at the post itself too. As for the password button, and if you have this enabled, you can allow people to enter a password for the post. Next one is the post authorization. You can use the post authorization to set the authorization per post so that you can limit who can view it or edit it. The next one and the last one is the notice. So you can choose to use notice and it will allow the post to be displayed on the very top. You can think of it as it being pinned. Lastly, if you go to the board that you desired and when you press New, by clicking on Option and Input Screen Settings, you can make the screen settings to your desire. So this concludes the video on how to create a board using the following menus: Share, Work, and Project.